Welcome to week 2 of the Road to 10 Pull Ups. And for this week, I obviously had a proper structured plan. And the only main thing was that I stay patient and follow it. So that's exactly what I did. But first, if you haven't watched week 1 yet, please go watch it. It'll be somewhere here or in the link in the description. So please go watch it. Just as planned, I started with Australian pull ups and I tried to do them as perfectly as I could. As you can see, I'm trying to be explosive on the way up and slow on the way down. I did this for about 4 or 5 sets of like 10 to 12 reps, and it was safe to say that my arms were feeling it. And that was the one thing I was a little confused about and skeptical about because pull ups are meant for your back. And after the Australian pull ups, my arms were more dead than my back, if that made sense. But at the time, I didn't make nothing of it and just continued. So, next up were dead hangs. And I was actually feeling pretty good. And I did like 6 dead hangs for like 35 up until like 55 seconds. That's like my range at the moment. But I think that's pretty solid for someone in my situation. But again, my arms were killing me. Then next up, I started to do assistant band pull-ups. And I was managing to get myself up and down. But I got tired so easily. My arms felt like they were about to fall off. And like, I just wasn't activating my back enough, I felt like. Like, most of the strain went to my arms. And I'm pretty sure that's not right. And that's exactly why when I started to do some actual reps, I just couldn't do them. I mean, everything just felt wrong. I was like off balance, I couldn't get up straight, and my arms were just killing me. And I knew something was wrong because my back didn't feel activated. The activation was not there on my back. Instead, my arms took most of the force, and I wasn't able to do a single pull up. And I was shocked that I couldn't even do one pull up. Because every now and again around the house, on like this edge in my house, this like thingy over here, and downstairs as well, I every now and again go there and I can do 2 or maybe even 3. I can pull myself up 3 times. So I was confused why I couldn't do a single pull up at an actual bar. But then it hit me. After a little more research, pull ups aren't just about strength. Pull ups are a skill as well. And there are 2 types of exercises you can learn for pull ups. Those are skill based ones and strength based ones. Now, for building strength, it's Australian pull ups and assisted band pull ups. But I was missing one key thing. I wasn't doing anything for the skill of it, and my back just wasn't getting activated. So I stumbled across this new thing, scapular pull ups. And what you basically do is you go up and you like pull your back up like this and then back down again. And that's basically meant to activate your back. And that's like the skill part of a pull up. And the order of the exercises made no sense either. Because I was starting with Australian pull ups, by the end, when it came to active reps, my arms were just too tired. I couldn't pull myself up. I mean, always at the end of my workouts, my arms feel dead. But then I did some more research and I should really start with the skill first and then end with the strength. So that's the aim for day 4. Change the order and do more skill based exercises because pull ups are a skill as well. Alright, day 4. And I immediately started with scapular pull ups. And I had never felt my back until then. Like, my back was activated. I could honestly feel it. So I did scapular pull ups for about 5 sets of like 8 till 10 reps. And after it, my back was feeling it. My scapulars were activated. Now, one thing I might need to look into is my form. Now, it definitely felt right, but looking back at the footage, maybe I have to go a little higher up. But definitely the feeling was good and it felt like my back was actually working. Then, after the scapular pull ups, I did your standard dead hangs, and then it finally came to actual reps because I was going to do the strength based stuff at the end. At the actual pull ups, I was able to complete 2 reps, but after the second rep, something bad happened. While I was coming down on the second pull up, my left side of the neck started hurting so much. And I think I know the reason why. Now, while I was doing these 2 reps, I was shaking a bit, like vibrating, and my neck felt completely locked up. I must have like pulled something, I don't know what exactly happened, but I was locked up and my left side of the neck just gave out. I mean, it's the day after now and it still hurts. So yeah, after that, I did try and do some more exercise, but I just couldn't, and I didn't want to risk further injury. But at least I found out that I can do around 2 or 3 pull-ups consistently now. Two, because on that day I did 2 pull-ups. Then when I came home on that edge thingy, I was able to do 2. Now I know the bar and that thing are completely different. But I think now I'm consistently at 1 or 2. Because before I was sometimes at 0 and sometimes at 2. So I'm 99% sure that my consistency of pull-up is better. But yeah, I just couldn't continue at all. So yeah, I went back home and watched the season finale of Invincible. And by the way, how did you enjoy the last episode? Because I've seen online a lot of people didn't like it, but in my opinion, even though there was less action, it was a very good episode, in my opinion. But yeah, that's been it for day 4. I will, if I recover in time, hopefully see you on day 5 again. If not, I have to take a longer rest. It has now been 2 days, and normally I would have gone today on the 24th of April. As you can see here, it's the 24th. But I decided today I'm not gonna go because it's still hurting a little bit. But I think tomorrow I should be fine. And tomorrow I will definitely go. And yeah, the plan is the same. Scapular pull-ups. Start with skill first and then strength. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Now, since I missed a day of working out, I want to see if my strength had decreased or improved or stayed the same. So at the beginning, I tried to do some actual reps and I managed to do 3 pull-ups. And I was excited because those were 3 pull-ups after a longer break. I feel like my pull-up strength is getting more consistent. Like before, I couldn't even do the first movement. Now, even if I'm tired, I can still do that. Then it was time for the scapular pull-ups to really train the skill of the pull up. And I did like 6 sets of like 6 to 10 reps. And honestly, scapular pull ups have been a game changer. They really activate your back and make the first movement way easier. But here's the thing, I'm not exactly sure if I'm doing them right. Because I mean, I am by myself, but it feels right. But I don't know if I have to go higher or lower. That's the one thing I'm not sure of, but I'm just doing it by feeling, I guess. But yeah, scapular pull-ups are generally a game changer. I would recommend them to everyone because they really do activate your back. But as I continued, my arms gave out earlier than my back. So I still need to fix that, but I feel my back more now. And that's mainly because of the scapular pull-ups. Yeah, then I did some dead hangs again, like 5 or 6 times. And also around like 30 to 50 seconds, basically my usual. Then some Australian pull-ups, again like 4 or 5 sets of 8 to 12. But then as it came to the assisted band pull-ups, my first go was amazing. I did like 8 reps, as you can see here. But then on the second go, my arms just fatigued. Like I could barely do it anymore. Like I did 3 or 4, but I was struggling with them. And that's something I realized. My arms get tired very easily. Now then, towards the end of my workout, I did do some proper reps again, and I always managed to do at least 2. So at least the consistency is there now. And all things considered, I'm actually very happy with this week. I did have a setback, but at least I know now I can consistently pull myself up 2 or maybe even 3 times. So that is progress, even though it's little. But the only one thing I'm a little concerned about is sometimes when I look back at the footage, my pull-ups seem uneven. It feels like I'm doing more with my right arm than my left arm, if that makes sense. Now, I think ideally it's meant to be even, but that's something I have to figure out next week. But so far, so good. I am happy with my progress. I went from doing 0, sometimes 1, to consistently 2 and 3, and I definitely feel stronger and more skilled. So yeah, that's been it for this week, and I'll see you next week. Oh yeah, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It really helps me out.